بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسول الأمين وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. So welcome to lesson 23 of Revelation Revealed, Access to Quranic Arabic, brought to you by Islamic Learning Foundation. And this lesson, inshallah, we will be continuing with the story of Ibrahim in Qasas al-Nabiyeen, the stories of the prophets, chapters number 8 and number 9. So go ahead and pull that up from your book, inshallah, and you can follow along. In this chapter, it's entitled Rabbi Allah. So Rabbi is a possessive compound, which means my Lord. Remember, when an attached pronoun is attached to an ism, the attached pronoun becomes the possessor in a possessive compound. When an attached pronoun is connected to a fi'l, it is the object of the verb. So Rabbi, Allah, and then that's the mubtada, it ends there, and Allah is the khabar. So my Lord is Allah. وَعَرَفَ إِبْرَاهِيمُ أَنَّ اللَّهَ رَبُّهُ. عَرَفَ يَعْرِفُ. The present tense is يَعْرِفُ. And remember, whenever we memorize the past tense, we should memorize its present tense so we know what bab it comes from. عَرَفَ means to know. عَرَفَ إِبْرَاهِيمُ, and he knew, Ibrahim knew, أَنَّ means that. He knew that. And what follows, the ism that follows, is in the state of nasab. So Ibrahim knew that Allah was, right, Rabbuhu, his Lord. Okay? لِأَنَّ اللَّهَ, again, لِأَنَّ here means because. Right, because, and again, the word that comes after it, the ism that comes after it, takes the state of nasab. لِأَنَّ اللَّهَ حَيٌّ لَا يَمُوتُ. Because he knew that Allah was his Lord, because Allah is hayyun, he is ever living, la yamutu, he does not die. Wa anna Allah, so whenever you see wa is harf ataf, it is conjunction, it continues what came before it, both in meaning as well as in grammatical state, and the wa connects back to arafa. And he also knew that Allah was baqin, is baqin. And the trick question here is, what is the grammatical state of baqin? And many of you may say, baqin is in the state of jar. So then you may ask, why is it in the state of jar? There's only two reasons. Is it a mudafun ilay, or does it follow harf jar? You may trick yourself into thinking that it's part of this mudaf complex, but it's not. Baqin is a special ism that comes from al-baqi. What makes it special? You may ask. Al-baqi. What makes it special is that it has a kasra here followed by a ya. So in the definite, it has the ya shows al-baqi, but when it becomes indefinite, the ya disappears and it becomes baqin. All right. So it'll always be al-baqi and it'll always be baqin, no matter what its grammatical state. It doesn't hide. It doesn't show its grammatical. It doesn't show its i'rab. It doesn't show the reason why it's in that grammar, or it doesn't show the sign of its grammatical state. It'll always be like this. And the reason why that is because of the way that it is. It has a kasra and a ya, and because of the special rules regarding the ya and a kasra preceding it, etc., it will always look the same. So even though the ism does take a grammatical state, it doesn't show that. Okay, it doesn't show its grammatical state. That's what we call a false mabni. All right, it's called a false mabni. It's a mabni because it always looks the same, but it's not really mabni because it does have a grammatical state. It just doesn't show it because of pronunciation reasons, etc., etc. Okay, reasons of spelling, etc. So al-baqi means to remain forever, right? To remain. So and that Allah Ta'ala remains. La yaghibu. La yaghibu is yaghibu is the present tense of ghaba. And this ghaba is the verb where you get the word ghaib. Ghaib is the masdar of ghaba. It is the verbal noun of ghaba. And ghaba means to disappear, right? To be unseen, right? That's where ghaib comes from. So la yaghibu, he doesn't disappear. Another word going back to al-baqi, by the way, that we're familiar with is qadi, right? Al-qadi. Al-qadi. Qadi means judge, right? It's another type of a similar, right? And then when you remove the alif lam, it becomes qad. Qadin. Qadin. Okay? وَأَنَّ اللَّهَ بَاقٍ لَا يَغِيبُ وَأَنَّ اللَّهَ قَوِيٌّ. And that Allah Ta'ala is qawi. He is strong. لَا يَغْلِبُهُ شَيْءٍ. What verb does يغلبه come from? First of all, يغلبه is two words, who and يغلب. Who is the object of the verb? يغلب comes from غلب. غلب means to overpower something or to conquer something or dominate something. So وَأَنَّ اللَّهَ قَوِيٌّ, that Allah Ta'ala is strong. لَا يَغْلِبُهُ شَيْءٌ. And shay'un means anything or nothing, right? Depending on whether it's the positive or negative. And in this case, it's negative because of the la. So la shay'un yaghlibuhu. You could say that in that way as well. And nothing, la shay, nothing yaghlibuhu, overpowers him. But the overpowering comes first, and the shay is brought to the end. So nothing overpowers him. La yaghlibuhu shay. وعرف إبراهيم, and Ibrahim knew أن الله رب الكوكب, and he knew that Allah Ta'ala was the Rabb of the Kawkab, right? The planets, the planet that he saw in the sky, the very bright stars. وأن الله رب القمر, and that Allah Ta'ala was the Lord of the moon. وأن الله رب الشمس, and he was the Lord of the sun. وأن الله رب العالمين, and that he's the Lord of everything that exists. وهدى الله, hada means to guide. And the present tense of hada is yahdi. Okay? Hada yahdillahu. So wahada Allahu Ibrahim. And Allah guided Ibrahim, object of the verb. Waja'alahu nabiyyan. And he made him a nabi, a prophet. Wa khalilan. And khalil is a very close friend. There's a few words, there's actually many words for friend. They all have different contexts and meanings. Like Siddiq, hada Siddiqi. This is my friend. That the Siddiqi is your friend. Khalil is your very best and closest friend. وَأَمَرَ اللَّهُ Ibrahim, and Allah Ta'ala, so amara means to command, and the present tense is يَأْمُرُ. إِنَّ اللَّهَ يَأْمُرُ بِالْعَدْلِ وَالْإِحْسَانِ, right? يَأْمُرُ. Indeed, Allah, Inna Allah ya'muru bil adli wal ihsani. Indeed, Allah commands for adl, justice, wal ihsan, and to give preference to others, right? Ihsan is to prefer others over yourself. Wa amara Allahu Ibrahim, and Allah commanded Ibrahim an yad'u'a. So again, an here, it means to, right? It comes from when it connects two verbs together. So amara yad'u, amara an yad'u'a, right? And then Allah and Ibrahim are the subject and the object of the verb amara. So wa amara Allahu, Allah commanded Ibrahim an yad'u'a, to, right? He commanded him to do something. He commanded him to yad'u'a. Yad'u'a is the present tense of da'a, and da'a is where du'a comes from, right? Da'a means to call upon or call, right? And it's yad'uwa. Instead of just yad'u, it becomes yad'uwa because an is the nasab agent for verbs. Inshallah, in the next lesson, we will be studying the grammatical state of verbs. And so this will come back as a reminder. An yad'uwa qawmahu. Qawmahu is in the state of nasab, and who again is this is a possessive compound. So his people, qawm means his people. And yad'u'a qawmahu, so this is the object of the verb, to call up his people. Wa and what? Yamna'ahum. Yamna'ahum. Yamna'u comes from mana'a. Mana'a means to prohibit or to stop, right? To prohibit them. Wa yamna'ahum min ibadat al-asnam, and to prohibit them from the ibadah, the worship of idols. Right? قَوْمَهُ وَيَمْنَعَهُمْ. And it becomes يَمْنَعَ again instead of يَمْنَعُ because an. So again, the wa continues the previous discussion. So an affects يَمْنَعُ as well, and it becomes in the state of nasab. This will make sense inshallah in our next lesson. مِنْ عِبَادَةِ الْأَصْنَامِ, from the worship of idols. So lesson number 9, دعوة Ibrahim, the calling of Ibrahim, right? The da'wah of Ibrahim. وَدَعَى Ibrahim, we just talked about da'a means to call. وَدَعَى Ibrahim قَوْمَهُ, and Ibrahim called his people إِلَى اللَّهِ, to Allah. وَمَنَعَهُم, so mana'a again is the past tense. See, mana'a, right? Mana'ahum, and he prohibited them min ibadatil asnam, from min ibadatil asnami, Why is the ibadah in the state of jar? Because it follows harf jar. Why is al-asnam in the state of jar? Because it's part of a possessor. It's the mudafun ilay, right? The possessor in a possessive compound. So both reasons for the jar is right here. قال إبراهيم لقومه. Ibrahim said to his people, ما تعبدون. So ma is that harf istifham. It is that questioning, interrogative word, which means what? ما تعبدون. تعبدون comes from abada, right? And it's hum, antum ta'buduna, right? Abada means to worship. Ma ta'budun means what are you worshipping? Ma ta'budun, what are you worshipping? So again, this is one of those, the questions, right? Who, what, when, where, why, how. So who is man, what, ma, when, mata, where, aina, why, limadha, how, kaifa. Those are the questions. You put them in the front of a sentence and it becomes a question. قالوا, they said, نعبد أصناما, we worship idols. قال إبراهيم, Ibrahim said, هل يسمعونكم إذ تدعون? يسمعونكم. Can you break that down for me? What's going on here? So it's سمع and kum. So do they listen to? هل هم يسمعونكم? هل again is a question. هل indicates that whatever follows will be a question. So هل do, so it's now a question now. يسمعونكم. يسمعون comes from سمع, which means to listen or to hear. هل يسمعونكم, do they hear you? إذ تدعون. إذ means when, like when you do something, right? إذ تدعون, and تدعون comes from da'a again, right? da'a يدعو. But this is a little bit, because da'a has this alif in it, right? These are deficient verbs. There's special rules to those a little bit, okay? Which we'll learn in intermediate class, inshallah. أو ينفعونكم أو يضرون, or do they benefit you? Or do they يضرون, or do they harm? Right? يضرون from darra يضر. قالوا بل. So bel means rather. Okay, that's the way that's commonly translated. But basically, you should understand what's going on. Bel means what came before is being like denied. Like when you say rather, rather this. It's denying what was said before, and it gives a different answer. It's like you're giving an excuse or something like that. Bel. كلا بل ران على قلوب. However, like rather, like Allah Ta'ala is basically saying, no, what just came before, like no, this is what's going to happen, right? So قالوا بل, so they said rather, this, they're indicating like none of that what you just said, matters. What matters is this, right? So قالوا بل, however, or rather, وجدنا. So وجدنا means we found. وجد means to found. وجد يجد. We found آباءنا. آباءنا, آبا is the plural of what? آبا. آبا is the plural of أبun. أبun means father. So آباء is fathers. So آباءنا, and it becomes آباءنا with a fatha because it's the object of the verb وجد. So we found our fathers. كذلك يفعلون. كذلك is like that. Ka, it's ka, and ذلك. So like that. يفعلون, doing. So we found our fathers doing that. That's why we worshipped idols, right? That's why we're worshiping idols, because we found our fathers doing that, right? This is our culture. That's basically what they'll say. This is our culture. قال Ibrahim said, فأنا لا أعبد هذه الأصنام. And me, then I, fa is usually like then, like therefore, like it's like emphasis. أنا, me, لا أعبد هذه الأصنام. I do not worship these worship. But بل, rather, أنا عدو لهذه الأصنام. I am the enemy. عدو means enemy. لهذه الأصنام, to these idols. أنا أعبد رب العالمين. I worship the Lord of all that exists. الذي خلقني فهو يهدين. I think that when we have this, these are quotes from the Quran. So الذي خلقني فهو يهدين. So he's the one who created me. خلقني يخلق. خلق يخلق. خلقني فهو يهدين. يهدين is again comes from hada, and it's يهديني. Okay. What's happening here is ni. Yahdini. This happens a lot in the Quran. Whenever you end a sentence with yahdini, with a kasra and a ya, what happens is you remove the ya and it just becomes yahdini with a kasra. And when you end an ayah or a sentence, or you pause reciting Quran with a kasra or a single letter, what happens? You don't pronounce the letter, you just say yahdin. Alright, so this is where some of the poetic and the beauty of the recitation comes from. وَالَّذِي هُوَ, and the one, he, يُطْعِمُنِي وَيَسْقِينِ. يُطْعِمُنِي comes from, let's go ahead and go to this one. أطعمة. أطعمة. يطعم. We're going to learn enhanced verbs at the end of our course, but we've already come across يطعم. We've already come across a few of them. So طعامة is the original root. You added hamza to it, becomes enhanced. So now a part of the actual verb are 4 letters instead of 3, but the root is 3 letters. And أطعمة means to give food, to feed someone, to give food. Or to feed, okay? Saqa, right? Saqa, yasqi, means to provide drink, to provide drink, okay? To provide water or whatever, to provide drink, okay? All right, so that's what's going on here. وَالَّذِي هُوَ يُطْعِمُنِي, and he's the one who provides me drink and provides me food and provides me drink. وَإِذَا مَرِضْتُ فَهُوَ يَشْفِينِ, and when marida means to be sick. So وَإِذَا means when, right? When maridtu, when I become sick, فَهُوَ يَشْفِينِ comes from shafa. All right, shafa means to heal. Shafa yashfi, right? Yashfi, to heal. He heals me. وَالَّذِي يُمِيتُنِي, the one who causes me to die. ثُمَّ يُحْيِينَ comes from yahya, right? Yuhyi wa yumit. Yuhyi. So again, we have mata. Mata means to die. Amata means to cause something else to die. Amata becomes yumitu in the present tense. Yumitu. This is an enhanced verb of mata, okay? Mata yamutu. Its present tense is yamutu. Okay? Yamutu. Similarly, to give life. Haya yahya. Right? Yahya means to live. Ahya means to give life. That's enhanced now. Ahya, right? Means to give life. Hayya, it's actually hayya. It's hayya. Hayya yahya. Right? Hayya yahya. Yahya. Ahya means to give life. Yuhyi. Yuhyi. Right? Yuhyi means to give life. So he's the one who gives me death and gives me life. وَالَّذِي يُمِيتُنِي ثُمَّ then yuhyini, and he gives me life. وَإِنَّ الْأَصْنَامَ لَا تَخْلُقُ وَلَا تَهْدِي, and indeed the idols they do not create and they do not guide. وَإِنَّهَا لَا تُطْعِمُ أَحَدًا وَلَا تَسْقِي, and they do not feed anything and they do not give drink. وَإِذَا مَرِضَ أَحَدٌ, and when anything becomes sick or anyone becomes sick, فَهِيَ لَا تَشْفِي, and they do not heal. وَإِنَّهَا لَا تُمِيتُ أَحَدًا وَلَا تُحْيِي, and they do not bring death to anyone and do not give life to anyone. Alhamdulillah. That is the ending of our discussion today. Sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Sallallahu ala Nabiyyina Muhammad wa barik wa sallam.